Good morning, my people. What is up, world? It is Monday, March 23rd, and the 24th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because with Him all things is possible. And this No Duck Zone episode is sponsored by Vision Sports Management. Follow my brother John Boyd Belton, Facebook and Instagram, and Match Bout. Follow my man Shannon Brown on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, shout outs to both of the promotions, man. Uh, Top of the morning to everybody. Everybody traveling this morning, man. Safe travels to wherever it is that you gotta go, wherever it is that you need to be, work, school, doctor's appointment, vacations, court, wherever you're going, man. Safe travels there, and remember, with Him, all things is possible. I had no plans of getting up this morning doing this, y'all, but I have somewhere to be 9 o'clock, and it just didn't feel right if I didn't get up to do the chop up, man. The chop up is something that I've been able to be blessed to do, and I'm like, let me get up and go ahead and do that. Usually it's 8 o'clock, but like I said, I have somewhere to be. We gonna talk. We had an interesting week this past week. I spoke about it yesterday, so I really don't have to get too deep into it today, and I'm not. Right, we had an interesting fight week. Spoke about that. It's all good. We got another week coming up this week where it's going to be interesting. But we also got other things we'd like to talk about. So let's get ahead and get into it. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where it goes down at No Duck Zone podcast. Uh, yes, like I said, I went live yesterday. A lot of y'all probably wasn't expecting to see that, but I needed to do that. I'm trying to stay as active, as I can, especially on my channel. Once in a while, I'll do the Instagram thing. It all depends on what I feel like. So, um, I come with my word of the days. I always come with something that's motivating. I'm watching church yesterday because I do that. I attend church. If I don't go, I attended, and I'm looking at TD Jakes yesterday, and I'm listening to his daughter preach. She's deep. Her husband's deep, and it's a lot of things that they were saying that it was some of the things you hear me say on here. They were getting deep. I can't go word from word, but I was sitting there yesterday as I was sitting in the bed with my wife, and I'm like, damn. Most of the stuff that they talking about, I'm feeling it. They speak about the enemy is always going to try to find a way to stop you, to get in your way, to block whatever it is that you're trying to do in life. And it's so true because I feel like that every day, that the enemy is trying to block whatever it is that I'm doing, you're doing. And the enemy can block anything. Like, he'll find the most simplest things to interfere in that you're doing in life. You could be going live, and all of a sudden your live ain't going the way it's supposed to. And you're like, damn, I do this on a regular. Why today? It's the little things that he interferes in, and you get frustrated, and then it makes you what the enemy does. What's going on, Miss Fields? Yeah, for facts, Divine. So what the enemy does is make you question yourself. Right? The enemy makes you question yourself. Y'all ever question yourself? Rather if it's good or bad, but mostly bad. Have you ever questioned yourself? Some shit goes wrong and you go, damn, bro, I guess it wasn't meant for me. I guess it wasn't meant for this to happen. Guess it wasn't meant for me to be with this person. I guess it wasn't meant for me to have this job. Now, some people will say, hey, God didn't want you to have that. He has something better. But if you look at little things and you go, damn, bro, this is crazy. Like the enemy is a motherfucker. He really don't, you know what I mean? I don't know about y'all, but I felt like that numerous times. Even in my marriage. Even in my marriage, I felt like, okay, it's demon time. He's always finding reasons to pick and poke at you. I know for a lot of us, financially, some of us are struggling. Um, some of us are going through something spiritually. Some of us are just trying to act like we're not going through nothing, like life is okay. That's what a lot of us do. We go around acting like life is okay. Nothing's wrong with me. My life is peaches and cream. I have no issues. I'm enjoying life. That's just a way of trying to hide what you really got going on. Because we all got some shit going on in our life. And we all try to do our best to block out what it is that we're going through. But we know already that if we don't approach what it is that we're going through and how we're feeling, we can pay for that. Why do you vibrate on a high? You're such a peaceful person. Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry, shit. Cause I know on my tablet, comments is I gotta get on my phone. I apologize. Yeah, we all get tested. We just all act like nothing's going on in life. And we try to hide our feelings because we don't want people in our business, right? Or we don't want people judging us. So, we'll tell people, yo, I'm fine, I got it, I'm good, I'm good. Typical shit. It's everyday shit. Oh, now let me read this. Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. What's that? Divine. Shouts to Divine, man. So, as I'm looking at the service yesterday, some of the things that his daughter was saying was just things that I'm used to hearing, but when you hear them preach about it, it's like, damn, talking to me. Because every day that I wake up, I have a whole different perspective about life. I never look at life the same way when I wake up every day. It's just always different. It's always something different about life. I never wake up. Good morning. Good morning. I never wake up and look at life as the same. I never wake up and look at my wife as the same. I always try to wake up and look at my wife as the same. I don't know. I wake up and look at her as if me and her just met. I try to do that because we're quick to get bored in life. So it's sometimes your mind to play tricks on you and tell you, hey, something's too old and it's time for you to move on, or this person just ain't got it, or this person is just not for you. You know what I mean? Your mind can be a fucked up place sometimes, man. Excuse my French so early in the morning, but you know me. So I always try to have this different perspective of life when I wake up. I always try to not look at everything the same. I try not to. There's some things that are the same, but if they're not for me, I too much not try to worry about it. I just try to focus on what it is. Um, when you look at social media, some of the shit is the same, and you just go, yo, I need that one channel that I can go to where it's not so much negativity. I need that one channel to go to where they may not always be talking about sports. I need that one channel where it's not so much drama. It's not so much of that shit that you see on reality, that garbage that you see on reality TV today. I need a channel that I can go to where it's just I can get a peace of mind. Josh Sanders, what's up? So that's the reason why, once again, these morning chop ups are so damn important. Now I'm thinking of a word of the day as I'm talking to you guys because that's what I said I wanted to get back to. Well, the words for the day probably would be peace of mind. Would be the words, not the word, because there's more than one word. Peace of mind will be the words for the day. How difficult is it for you to have a peace of mind, no matter how much you're trying to do? And like I said, it's always the enemy's always, even when you're trying to do your best in life, the enemy will not allow you. DS, what up? The enemy will not allow you to have a peace of mind. That's just something that the enemy is not going to allow. He refuses to let you have a peace of mind. And when he sees you getting to a, what are you doing? Yeah. Thank you, Miss Fields. He won't let you. It's not his. I guess it's not the enemy's job to let you have a peace of mind. But keep in mind that will be the words for the day: peace of mind. And so, like I said, as I'm listening to the service yesterday, because the service was a little deeper than it would usually be. Right? Every Sunday, you're gonna hear something. But yesterday, as she's talking, and I'm sitting in bed, and I'm like, "Yo, this is crazy, bro." And I'm not an emotional person, but if I feel like what you're saying could reach me, and it's starting to get to me, I might show a little emotion because, we men. There's no such thing as men can't show emotion. So we got to start getting that out of our head too. As men, we can't show emotion. We can, because life is difficult, especially for men, as a black man. But what do you have to do to get a peace of mind? How do you stop the enemy from disturbing your peace of mind? And sometimes the enemy is not always the devil. The devil comes in, like, y'all be waiting to see a dude come up that looks red with horns. The devil comes in your family. He comes in so-called friendships. It happens. It happens. He comes in different disguises. So, the question of the day is, how do you keep the enemy from disturbing your peace? I want everybody to take the time to think about that before they be quick to jump and answer it. How do you stop him from disturbing your peace? I don't think it's something that you can do. I think at some point you just have to block it out the best way you can. Because he's not going to stop until he accomplishes exactly what it is that he wants to do. He's not here for your happiness, my happiness, our kids' happiness, grandchildren happy. He's just not here for that. His job is to seek and destroy. Right? That's his job. Yeah. Uh we're gonna that's gonna be the next word of the day we're gonna use too, entertain. We ain't gonna use it now. Might come back with that tomorrow. Because I know for a fact that there's times in life we ask ourselves that. We ask ourselves that in life sometimes, like, Lord, I'm doing everything that I can. I'm trying to raise my family to the best ability. I'm doing everything that I can, and what am I doing, Lord, that it's nothing working for me? What more can I do? I'm trying everything in my power to keep this together, but it seems like every time there's always something that's interfering. I fix one thing in my life, here comes three more things. A person dies in my family. If a baby's not being born, another person dies. Death doesn't even come in threes no more. It just comes when it comes now. So it comes in threes. The word of the day, a peace of mind. What requires a peace of mind? What do you have to do to, to have a peace of mind and to keep that peace of mind? No matter how much the enemy is trying to disturb that. How do you stay focused? Besides just saying, hey, I'm gonna go take a drink. I'm gonna go get high. I'm gonna do all this other extra stuff that I could go do all that. But when it's all said and done and I sober up, whatever I'm going through is still going to be there. See, I think with pressure sometimes we don't, it's not that we don't, well, for some of us we know how to handle it, but I think we've been dealing with it for so much. We've been dealing with it for so long. After a while, you get sick of dealing with it and you kind of wash your hands with it. You just go, you know what? I've been going through this shit since I was a preteen, and I'm tired of it, and I don't wanna deal with it anymore. So sometimes we start letting stuff just happen to us because we're tired of putting up a fight, or we don't know how to deal with it. Or we figure that it's not that important, so you know what? I don't need to address it or deal with it because it's not that serious. So you know what? I'm just gonna let whatever happens. None of us is perfect in life, right? And we all have done some things where we didn't deserve a peace of mind because we done stuff, right? Everybody has to pay for their sins. Rather it's through death, jail, or just fucked up shit happening to you in your life. You did something back when you were 18, you might pay for it at 40. You like, yo, what the fuck did I do? Like, Lord, what did I do? Why, for these last 20 some years, I couldn't have a peace of mind? Am I that much of a bad person, God? Like, this is crazy. I did this how many years ago, and this now is coming back to bite me in the ass. It's a part of life. It happens. But for a lot of us that's trying to clean our life up and we're trying to stay straight and we're trying to stay on the right path and we're not trying to go back to what it is that we used to be or who we thought we were. How do we stay away from that? How do we end up not going back to that? How do we keep that away from us? Because the enemy comes in different disguises. Your enemy could have been somebody you played in the sandbox with. Everybody that had somebody they thought that they were friends with. Your enemy is not always somebody who just went their whole life bullying you. Enemy comes in different disguises, different races. And it's crazy, but it's true. So the words of the day is peace of mind. How do you get that? What are the requirements to having a peace of mind? Or, oh, McLean, you can never get a peace of mind. You'll never get a peace of mind because whenever you think you got a peace of mind, there's always going to be something that comes and knocks at your door that's going to break all that shit up. Which is true. But if you're not careful, you know, they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So if you're not careful, and I talked about this recently, that sometimes if you let too much take over your mind, you're liable to go out there and do some crazy shit that can cost you not only your life, but it might cost you your freedom. So when do you say to yourself, as a human being, as a man or a woman, I don't care what your sexuality is because you're still a human. When do you say to yourself, you know what, I've been going through this shit for too long, I deserve to have a peace of mind? When does the peace of mind come knocking at your door? D Free, what up, my brother? When? When does a peace of mind come knocking at your door? When do you finally have a moment where you sit back and you go, you know what? I deserve better than this. I'm not perfect. I never will be. And even if you did negative things in your life in the past, give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. It's one of my coaches hit me up, man. One of my favorite coaches. Shout out to Coach CJ, man. So even if you did stuff in the past, right? And you're asking God to forgive you, you're asking Allah to forgive you, whoever it is that you pray to, at some point, you still want a peace of mind. Because without a peace of mind, you're not going to be able to go on in life. You can't go on in life without a peace of mind. Now, peace of mind does not mean that everything has to be perfect. But you have to understand, without a peace of mind, you just can't. You're not going to be able to focus. We have this attitude where we act like we so big and bad, where I could just get through anything and I can go through this and I can go through that. I'm going to be the first to tell you, and I don't know how nobody else on here feels, but I can't do it without a peace of mind. I can't. Because I'm the guy that I can only take so much before I explode and just be like, look, enough's enough. It's enough. If you have something out there that you're trying to do, if you have, if you're in a relationship with somebody who just, I got you, coach, hold on. If you got somebody out there in a relationship with that don't want to give you a peace of mind, if you got a job that you got, even though you got to pay bills, you can't get a peace of mind with your damn job or something. It's too much. It's just too much going on. Sometimes you have to separate yourself from all that, because you have to remember, married, single, divorce, nobody happiness is more important than your happiness. Nobody, nobody. Nobody happiness is more important than yours. You can have all the family in the world, you can have whatever it is in the world, but if you ain't happy, if you as an individual are not happy, if you don't have a peace of mind, how the fuck are you gonna please the other person? You can't be out here trying to please 100 people. You're not even happy. You don't even have a peace of mind. And you got hella responsibilities. You're trying to take care of everybody. You're trying to make sure everybody's straight. But you're not even asking yourself, are you straight? You okay? Do you have a peace of mind? Yo, man, I got to do this because I got everybody dependent. No, 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 no. It don't work like that. Hold on, y'all. So, the question or the word of the day, yeah, bro, I'm just being real. The word of the day is peace of mind. I'm not saying that, peace of mind saves you from issues, because issues are always going to be there. But when do you tell yourself, listen, it's too much going on? There's only so much our brain can take. And if y'all remember, this is why I say mental health is at a high. Suicide is at an all-time high. Killings are at an all-time high. Sometimes there's only so much your brain can take. Every person who is schizophrenic, that has a mental health problem, a lot of the times they weren't born like that. Things happen in life. Whatever it is, they lost their family, whatever, I can't say what happened to them, but something happened. Something in the life happened that didn't allow them to have a peace of mind. It happens. We spoke about it the other day, about when I was speaking about parents not checking up on kids. Kids are going to school being bullied. You not checking up on them. And then when your child turns out to either become a bully themselves or become a murderer, you're trying to figure out how the fuck that happened. Your kids ain't never have a peace of mind. They can't go to school and have a peace of mind. They can't get an education. They can't go to the water fountain just to get something to drink without being bothered. They can't go to the damn bathroom without being bothered. No, I'm not a coach, man. I'm just a content creator, man. I be in the boxing gyms, like, talking to the fighters. That's it, man. I ain't no coach, man. I might be assistant coach one day, but I ain't no coach, man. It's just that my show is bigger than boxing. That's what people don't know when they come over here. I talk boxing, but not in the morning. I do that in the afternoon. So make sure you come back today at 4:15. We're gonna be honoring George Foreman. So 4:15, y'all come back. But yeah, guy. What's up, guy? I didn't see you in there. What's up, guy? Shout out to you and Gio. But this is what I mean, a peace of mind. The enemy will not allow you to have that. So when do we get it? When do we get it? When do you wake up and say, I'm responsible for this, I'm responsible for that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm making sure everybody's good, I'm doing this, and I'm still not getting a peace of mind, or people expect me to do more for them. People want me to do so much. Well, damn, I don't even have enough time to go to the bathroom and wipe my ass, because I'm responsible for too much. I can't have a peace of mind. When do you say to yourself, enough's enough? And like I said, even when you're on the... It can't be over if people... Yes, Miss Fields. Yeah. And it can be scary. It can be scary because it can just be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. If it's too much going on at one time, it's overwhelming. You start questioning yourself, asking yourself, is it meant for you to be here? Now when that happens, now this is where the devil starts playing, because now, remember I said, you start questioning yourself. If you remember what I said earlier, this is the part where you start questioning yourself. If you want to be careful, you want to be careful when it comes to asking that question. Because a lot of people who have asked that question, there's probably only a small percentage of them that is still here. Because a lot of people who end up asking themselves if it's meant for them to be here, 9 times out of 10, depends on what they were going through, took themselves out. Took themselves out. Because that same question took over their mind. You've been there, Rose, so you know what I mean. You start questioning yourself. By the grace of God, I'm still here. And you know what? And I'm glad you're still here, brother. I'm glad you're still here. God bless you and your family, man. And I hope that you got many more years on this earth. Oh, my God. Man, God rest her soul. I know what that feels like, brother. I know what that feels like. I lost mine at 8 years old. I know what that feels like. When it comes to people, I keep my circle small as possible. I don't break bread with people. I don't wouldn't starve. Yeah. Yeah. That's the number one question you don't want to find yourself asking. Do I belong here? Am I fit to be on earth? Because you have a whole bunch of people disturbing your peace. She did everything for her husband. Wow. God bless her. God bless her, man. And I hope she continues the rest, man. God bless her. Her and my sister probably, your sister and my sister probably met already. They probably met already, and that's a good thing. So yeah, you want to be careful with asking that question. A peace of mind is very important, y'all. And I'm not just talking about for one day. I'm not talking about just for one day. Can for this one day I have a peace of mind? It's very important. You can't help anybody with what they're going through. You can't please anybody else if you're not getting a peace of mind of your own. And you have a lot of people, celebrities, and people with regular 9-to-5 jobs that they're going around pleasing more people than they're doing themselves. And that's no way to live. It's no way to live. It's enough to drive you insane. Where you start questioning yourself. Because even when things are going good for you, you're going to question yourself. We, at times, we allow people to become our God, and that is the dangerous. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, no, you're right, Miss Fields. We allow people to become our gods. We let people control how we think. You know what I mean? You got $100,000 or $1,000 in your pocket. You let somebody control what you do with that money. You let people do that. You got $1,000 and you're trying to do this with it, and you got some idiot that go, no, man, you should do this with it. I'm telling you, man, I know. It would be great. People are good at manipulating if you let them. That's not just in friendships, that's in relationships, that's at your job, that's on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You got a bunch of people running around like that. And the sad thing about it, they're not ashamed of who they are. Like my man Guy said, that's why my circle is, there's people that I would never get money with. There's people I'll never sit down and have a conversation with. There's people that I would never sit at the same table and eat with. I just wouldn't. Because I'm not a guy that you think that you can just tell me anything and I'm going to go for it. You can't swindle me into doing nothing. Maybe as a kid you probably could have. 42 years old, you can't swindle me to do nothing, bruh. You can't. One thing about me, I can smell phony and fake and lame from a mile away. I can smell it from a mile away. So when you think you can come over here with nonsense, it's not gonna happen. Oh man, let me tell you something. What's that, Roadside Rob? You come over here a lot, Rob, you gonna hear a lot. You're a Scorpio? Yeah, I'm a Capricorn. People say that people have their opinions on Capricorns, but the difference is I don't live off signs. My last name is McLean. That's what makes me. See, January is just the month I'm born in. But what makes me is I'm a McLean. And my last name means something. So my last name makes me. My month don't make me. That's just the month I was born in. They have a lot to say about Capricorns. Y'all this, y'all that. Hey, I can't speak for the other Capricorn. I can only speak for me. As the great said, when people show you who they... Yeah, when people show you who you are the first time, you believe it and you go ahead and go. But a peace of mind is something that, like I said, it's not asking for too much. And if you ever have to go out your way, to get that, then you might want to reconsider on who and what areas you're surrounding yourself in. You might want to reconsider that. If there's ever a day you have to get up and question yourself, do you belong here? We're not talking about you asking, do you belong at this job? Because jobs can be replaced, okay? You'll never be out of a job. You'll just be out of that job, no matter how much they pay. So we're not talking about a job. We're talking about if you ever have to question yourself, do you belong here on earth? You might want to be careful. Be careful what you even thinking that. You see, because that's where the enemy starts. He wants you to start questioning yourself. Then he wants you to start having trust issues with people that you shouldn't even be having trust issues with, that they really looking out for you. They trying to help you. You start trusting people that you shouldn't trust. It becomes vice versa. So be careful. Be careful when it comes to asking yourself that question. Because we all are here, and we all are here for a reason. No matter if we got $0 in our pocket or if we got $100,000 in our pocket. Rather, if we have the job we want, no matter how our marriage might be going, no matter how our relationship might be going, we might have had somebody cheat on us 10 times. We might have went and cheated on them. We might have had 4 or 5 jobs in the last 10 years. We didn't have broken down cars. We had our toilet not working in our house, and every time we turn around, we got to keep getting, every time something breaks down, we just finished fixing something, and here come, you fix 2 problems, and here come 5 problems. Your kids is driving you crazy. Yeah, it becomes a lot. It becomes a lot. But then that question comes that you want to be careful with is, do I belong here? I'm telling you, you be very careful about asking yourself that. Because that's how the shit starts. And it won't be long before you probably be looking to exit out. That's when the drinking comes, the drugs come. And when you lay down in that bed, that damn enemy gonna lay next to you. And he gonna tell you, man, just give it up. Nobody's gonna miss you. The world will be a better place without you. I'm telling you, you'll be all right. Where you going, you won't have to worry about nothing no more. I talked about this the other day. I think Miss Fields, you was here when I said it. When you sitting there drinking, he's sitting there right next to you. Yeah, man, pick up that gun. Pick it up, man. Save yourself from a lifetime of pain. Go ahead. Do it. Oh, you mad at your job because they fired you? Man, go kill them all. Yeah, you mad at your job? Go kill them all. You mad? Go ahead. Go destroy them all. Your family pissed you off? Hey, man. Go kill them all. Even if it's a newborn baby in the house, get rid of all of them. This is how the enemy works. This is the enemy. This is the enemy for y'all. This is how he works. You think all that just happens in movies? Then y'all sadly mistaken. Y'all not paying attention to what's going on in the world. I know the news is depressing because every time you look at the news, there's always some chaos. But this is life. This is life. There's a lot of sick individuals in this world. And it seems like in America, it's hard to get a peace of mind. But you're going to have to find that. You're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to figure that out. Because right now, it looks like the enemy's winning. Looks like he's winning. I can't say what the score is, but he looked like he's winning. Peace of mind, y'all. That's the words for the day. We have to have a peace of mind, just not for today. And I'm not saying everything is going to be peaches and cream, because it's not. It's not going to be peaches and cream. You're going to have to go through the hard times to get to the good times. But when you start feeling some kind of way and your feelings start to get the best of you, and you feel like there's no hope, and you have to question yourself about certain things that you should be questioning about because either other people got you feeling some kind of way, because they ain't shit, so they want you to not be shit with them. You know that misery loves company. You start feeling like that, you got a problem. You got a problem. Sometimes you just got to pick up and leave and be like, look, man, I'm going to get my peace of mind. I don't care if I have to go from here to Europe. I don't care where I got to go. I'm going to have my peace of mind. Why am I going to sit back and watch everybody else be happy in life? And I'm just going to wake up and be Mr. Angry every fucking day? I'm not going to wake up and be Mr. Angry or Mrs. Angry every day. Misery loves company. The enemy wants to invite you to his world because he's miserable. The enemy is miserable. And the enemy is not just a man, it's a woman, it could be whoever. Miserable. So they want you to be miserable with you. You can't fall for that. And you can't just say, get back Satan. You know, that's our favorite line. Get back Satan. Oh shit, here come Lucifer. You got to say, you know what? I'm not with all this. If I got to pick up and go just to have a peace of mind, I'll do it. That's why when I get on here and I say thank my Lord and Savior, man, I really be meaning that, because God got me through some things that I probably shouldn't have got by. I got by some things that I shouldn't have got by. And by the grace of him, he kept my silly behind around. And I used to say, I don't know why he kept me around. But then I'm like, yeah, well, I understand why. He has a plan for all of us. Some of us try to overlook that plan because we always feel like we know what's best for us. I know what's best for me, man. How the hell God gonna tell me what's best for me? He already knows what you're gonna be before you do, you dummy. I wanted to be an NBA player. I grew up playing basketball, but somehow didn't happen. Came up with another plan. During COVID now, I end up being a content creator. I'm sitting on here every day. This is not me doing this. This is God's work. Because this right here was never in my plans. It was never in my plans to be a content creator. I didn't even know what the hell a content creator was. All I know how to do is to get in front of the camera and talk shit. That's all I knew how to do. But for the last 5 years, this has been a part of my life. This is what I'll be doing, and it looks like this is what I will continue to do. Because he has a plan for all of us. And it's up to you to follow that plan. Oh shit, okay. Well, I got time. It's up to you to follow that plan. But at the end of the day, you make sure that you have a peace of mind, no matter what. You have you a peace of mind, and you let no one disturb that. I'm gonna get it. See, right here on the No Doug Zone, I get a peace of mind on here. When people think that they're gonna come, just like you've seen some of these people, if you see some of these people that's blocked, these are people who think that they're gonna come and cause a distraction or a disturbance. No, and you see I don't have to entertain them. All I do is hit the button. You out of here. This is not a channel for nonsense. You're not gonna come and disturb my peace. You're not gonna do it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got a wrench. I could take it from you and get you out of here, and you ain't never gotta come back over here. And I'm okay with that. But what you won't do is disturb my peace. You're not gonna do it. I'm gonna have a peace of mind, because this channel is not just for boxing fans. This channel is for the people who can relate, who are in the struggle, who are ready to give up on life, who feel like they have no hope. Now, if you want to act like your life is peaches and cream and you come over here and you don't want to hear what I got to say, that you can respectfully, your ass can leave. Because what I won't let you do is come over here and mess it up for the people who really want to hear it. Somebody who got up today and felt like, man, yeah, today's just going to be it. I'm not going to let you do that to them because of your selfish reasons. Because either you want to talk about the Laker game, or you want to talk about what rapper has beef with another rapper, or you want to talk about the fight from last week. You want to still talk, or you want to still talk about Tank and Lamont. Yes, you did, man. You make sure you come on back too, Rob. You come on back. You want to talk about, you still want to talk about Tank and Lamont. I'm not going to let y'all come over here and distract anything for anybody like Miss Fields or Rob or anybody else who feel like I need to hear this because I have no hope this morning. I have no hope in life. I don't have a peace of mind. I'm not going to let y'all come over here and do that. Because you want to come over here and talk about a damn celebrity. Those celebrities got issues too. So don't think because they celebrities, they perfect. They just live better than we do financially. But they got issues too. Money don't bring happiness to them all the time. Y'all be want to get up here and just talk about everybody else and their business and what they got going on. I'm not going to let you come over here and do that. There's a time for everything. There's a time for sports. There's a time to talk about the music industry or Hollywood. And then it's time to talk about life. That's the only thing that y'all don't understand. about life. And as long as I'm breathing, as long as my channel exists, the morning chop-ups are gonna exist. Now, at some point, I'm gonna be doing afternoons because I got some things coming up where my times are gonna change. But just because the times are gonna change, that don't mean the conversations are gonna change. And like I said, you think you just gonna come over here boxing all day, boxing, 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 that's cool. But it's not gonna happen. It's just something that's not gonna happen. So, for everybody, like I said, who's going through something, don't just trust in God. Pray. You know, I have a thing where I pray in the morning. As soon as I get up, before I brush my teeth, wash my face, I pray in the morning, and I pray at night. Yeah, Omar. Exactly. You know how that is. Foolishness. I have no time for foolishness. This is a channel that brings people together. Exactly. This is a channel who brings people together. If y'all can't find no other channel that does that, that brings people together, you found it right here. Share this out to somebody that you know. Don't share it out to get me more subs. Don't share this to get me more likes. Share this to somebody that you know that's going through that. Share it. Don't share it to some fool who just be like, man, why you send me this video? I don't want to hear all this preachy shit. My life is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy. You know, everything good, man. You need to send that to somebody who's down. As if he and she don't have a problem. Okay, don't send it to them. Yeah, exactly. Don't send this to somebody who's gonna tell you why you sent this to me. Yeah, because you're gonna have somebody like that. This is for all the people who feel like something every day from Monday to Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We have to protect our peace. A peace of mind is the peace of mind are the words for the day. We can't let the enemy come in and just do whatever it is that he wants to do. He's been winning for years, and it looks like he's still winning because people are surrendering to him. Instead of surrendering to God, they're surrendering to the enemy. And the enemy don't care nothing about you. All he's doing is checking his list. Another one. Let me work on the next one. He don't care. He never will care. It's messed up, but it is what it is. But just keep that on your mind, man. You know, I love every single last person on here. I love that y'all come over and listen to me every morning. I try not to be preachy, but a lot of the stuff that I talk to y'all about, I'm actually also talking to myself. This became therapy for me. That's the only reason why I continue to do this. Because a lot of times I have to remind myself that you deserve to have a peace of mind. But sometimes it's hard to get it. And if you're on social media, it doesn't make it any easier because people don't know what to use social media for. A lot of these people are using social media for attention, and they're looking for attention in the wrong places. A lot of these grown men that you see come on these social media platforms come on here and they act like a bunch of high schoolers, but they call themselves men. I don't believe them. They come acting like a bunch of ninth graders, arguing, cursing, and all that's going on in the world. With everything else that's going on in the world, you telling me that 90% of the conversations that y'all talk about has to be exactly what y'all talk about. And no, I don't expect you to be like me. You can't be like me. It's only one me. It's only one me. You can never be like me because guaranteed I don't want to be like y'all. I don't. Every man has to be their own man. You know, and I get it. And do what works for them. Peace of mind, y'all. A peace of mind is the words for the day. Try your best to get it. Try your best to get it. You got to separate yourself from people. Do it. You have to go on long vacations. Do it. You have to cut certain people off and delete certain people off your social media. Delete numbers in your phone. Not go to places that you used to go to. Just to get that. You have to isolate yourself. Sometimes you have to do it. Well, I don't want people to do. I don't want to isolate myself from people. I don't want to dismiss myself from people because I don't want people worried about me. Well, shit. Worried about you? Man, look. You got to worry about you before you worry about somebody else. Take care of you. Because nobody is more important than you. You got to take care of you, man. You can't take care of you. You can't take care of nobody else. You got to take care of you. I'm going to protect my peace. I promise you I'm going to protect my peace. I don't give a shit. If I got to delete 20 people off my social media and delete 5 phone numbers on my phone, I'm going to protect my peace. If I have to cut off certain people that were friends or certain family members, even though you can't change who you're family with, but I can cut your ass off. I can cut you off. Exactly. They wasn't worried about me. Exactly. They wasn't worried. They was not worried. No, ma'am. No, sir. They wasn't worried. They weren't. And people kill me because people know what they supposed to do in life. They know they supposed to protect their peace. They know it. But they won't do it because they worried about, yeah, well, I would do this, but if I do this, my family or the people over here, sometimes you got to say, screw them. Screw them. Because when you dead and gone, life go on. They gonna talk about, see 2 things they gonna talk about in life when you dead. They gonna talk about everything that you did and everything that you didn't do. That's how it goes. They gonna talk about if they liked you or if they disliked you. If you had money or you were broke as hell. You were either ugly or you were cute. You think I got time to be worried about trying to please people? When they ain't gonna do shit but talk shit when you dead and gone anyway? You gonna try to please people to death and that's what's gonna happen. You gonna please them to death. And that's what's gonna happen. To death. Then what? Then what? But y'all don't think about that. Because a lot of y'all out here too busy trying to be what I call super saver hoes. We don't go around trying to save the world. And the world don't give a shit about you. But you're going out your way to try to save the world. Why? Why would you? Because you know that's how I was raised. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I was raised to do a lot of things. Being a sucker is not one of them. Not one of them. Straight up and down. It just, nah. That wasn't in my category. The words of the day. A peace of mind. I love all y'all. Y'all be good. I'll be back later on this afternoon. We're going to be talking about the Hall of Famer, the legend, the icon, Big George Foreman. We lost him, I believe that was Friday we lost him, or Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to come back at 4:15 to talk about him. I love y'all. Please, everyone, enjoy the rest of their day and get to where y'all going safe. And remember to keep God first and to have a peace of mind. Catch y'all later. See you soon, my dude. Keep the peace. That's a fact, my guy. You too, Rob. Make sure you come back later. Catch y'all later. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.